My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5 minute or less video. My videos are informative and educational, so you can make a decision really on your case for your own representation or to get representation. By the way, the comments that you leave me, many of my YouTubes really come from them. So if you want to leave a comment, I'm welcome to go ahead and do that if it seems really appropriate. Most do, believe it or not. Just a little about me. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4. I've been doing this, for 50 years. You add them together, I've been doing them that long, and I am a national expert in all IRS matters. I have a whole team of former IRS agents. We've been doing this a long time, and we're really good. We're available for representation and consultation and to help you with the problem, in fact, that you have. Today, I want to talk to you about there are 3 ways that you're going to close. If you owe IRS tax debt, there's 3 ways IRS is going to close your case. 2 are more likely than the third. So let me explain the process. IRS goes ahead and sends you a bunch of notice. Matter of fact, let me write this down. IRS notices and letters. That's somebody went ahead and just emailed me like a YouTube on that. But what IRS is going to do is they're going to send you a whole bunch of notices and letters, usually 5. They send you the LT14, the 501, 503, 504, and the 1058, which gives you your appeal right. After that series of letters, or during that series of letters, you can call Internal Revenue Service and you can go say, IRS, I give, what are we going to do about this? Now, if it's a small case and you have nothing, do it yourself. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But if you have a larger dollar case, you do not want to do that because you don't know how IRS is going to work the case. I'm at least going to tell you some information how that's going to happen. So anyway, the 3 ways IRS can close your current case, if you're well within the 10-year statute of limitations, is IRS will put you into a currently non-collectible. IRS will put you into a hardship situation, or IRS may say, you sound like an offer and compromise candidate. So what you want to do is you want to figure out which of those ways that IRS may close your case. So let me explain the process. IRS is going to want a financial statement. If it's in a local office, a 433A. If it's in the service center, which most are, the 433F. IRS will want that filled out and documented with such like pay stubs, paychecks. They want to go ahead and verify all your expenses and find out what's going on with your life. And that 3 ways they're going to close your case is saying, you're currently uncollectible, we'll look at it down the road. Or you're a candidate for a payment agreement, here's the dollar amount we want. Or IRS can go ahead and say, why don't you file an offer and compromise to settle your debt, and maybe it can settle it for pennies on a dollar. Let me review with you right now how all that works. On the IRS financial statement, they're only looking for 2 things. They're looking at your assets and your income versus your expenses. That's all they're really looking for. So what they want to do is find out, do you have assets to liquidate to pay them? Then do so. You got equity in your home? Take a loan out. Do you have money in your pension plan? Go ahead and pay us. That's what IRS does. Now, for some people, that's not an option. They can work out a payment agreement with you, or you may be able to do an offer. Well, let me tell you what the most important thing when we walk through this. IRS is going to look closely at your income and your expenses. IRS is going to look at your expenses you put down and say, we have a national standard that we're going to allow you to live on. You can't put all those expenses down that you want and claim just because you have them. You're going to have to live into our standards, and those are called the IRS National Standards. If you Google and go into your toolbar, IRS National Standards for food and clothing, IRS National Standards for housing and utilities, IRS National Standards for operation for your car. Those are your car payments for driving your car. Or IRS National Standards for car expense. you're going to find out how much IRS is going to allow you in those 4 areas. You are going to have to stay to the IRS given formulas that they allow you, and that's what most people don't know. So if you're going to call IRS and say, I'm in a hardship or I need a payment agreement, and you don't understand the IRS National Standards, you are walking into a buzzsaw and 6 chainsaws, because IRS is going to have their way with you. So make sure. Oh, and or if you're going to file an offer in compromise to settle your debt, IRS is going to use that same national standard. So understand the 3 ways IRS can close your case: by currently non-collectible or hardship, which stays there a couple years; by payment agreement or installment agreement; or the offer in compromise. If you want to know more about the offer and compromise, look at my other videos for offer and compromise, because they're very complex. I used to work the offer program. But understand what is going to dictate how your case is going to close: the IRS financial statement. They are skilled in going ahead and finding money to pay them out of your paycheck. So if it's a small case and you have nothing, represent yourself. If it's a larger case and you got some skeletons and issue, get a professional. Remember, the revenue officer will use the 433A. The National Service Centers, they will use the 433F. Remember, IRS will want all tax returns filed, and they're going to want to have you up to date on withholding and Social Security to make sure you're fully compliant. Understand all that. If this was good, give me a subscription. I'd really appreciate it. YouTube loves us to get subscriptions, so I'd really love it. Leave me a comment if you want me to do a YouTube, or say, hey, I don't like your hat, I don't like the M&M man. Leave me a comment, and the likes are always appreciated. Thank you very much. Please, I'd love to hear back from you. By the way, you can find out more information in my description section. Thank you.